figured I'd update you guys as it is later in the morning, but that's just because, I don't know, I just was kind of hanging out and it felt good to be awake before my kids were awake, and yeah, just really soaked it all in. Today is going to be a good day. It is day 2 of my 30-day kickstart challenge. I'm super excited. Like, it feels good to be doing this because I know I'm going to be showing up. You know, I'm forcing myself to really put myself out there and really run after my goals. So I figured I'd update you guys while I got ready. Also, if you have not tried this Olay hydrating cream, I don't know how to say that. I'm not trying to butcher the name, but hopefully you can see that. My skin has not been the same ever since. Like, I don't want to go back to not using it because it just feels amazing on my skin. No, this was not sponsored as much as I'd like it to be, but you should go check that out. But I went to bed later than I should have last night, and I wish that I didn't, but either way, I still woke up feeling good. I plan to, you know, part of my goal with like my routine was to wake up at 6:30 in the morning and to go to bed no later than 10:30. Well, I woke up this morning at 6:15 and I went to bed last night at about 2 in the morning. I know, but I think it was because I had caffeine. My last feeling was coffee, y'all. Don't do that. Don't do it. I know now that caffeine really does affect me and it helps keep me awake and gives me the energy I need. I do not like the feeling, but sometimes I need to pick me up, so. Also, I don't usually do a ton to my face. I really don't. I just usually add blush. And then I use a really old spoolie from an old mascara wand. And I just brush up my eyebrows because they're crazy sometimes. I brush my eyelashes. And then I usually curl my eyelashes, but my eyelash curler is downstairs, so I won't be doing that right this second. Then I just move on to my hair. That's how simple it is. Except I'm going to add some eyelash primer. I started using this stuff, by the way. This is by L'Oreal. It's I don't know how to say this word. Voluminous. I don't know, man. It's a voluminous base. If you can see that. I don't know if you can see. But this is what I use as like an undercoat for before I add mascara. Also, just a little update on my children. Amalia's feeling better-ish. She does have a fever, but she's feeling better. I also gave her medicine, so she should be, you know, it should be kicked in right now. She has a fever yet, but not as much. Like, it's gone down a lot, and she hasn't even had medicine yet, just cough syrup. But yeah, they're a lot better than they were yesterday. I'll take that because yesterday they were very, very grouchy and crying all the time, and it was hard on this mama. Now I'm just gonna do my hair, or I'm gonna try to. Also, I wait for my primer, my eyelash primer, to dry, and then I go in with this L'Oreal mascara. I don't know about y'all, but every time I find a mascara that I love, I can never find it again. So I'm constantly using a new mascara, and I've learned to accept it at this point. Also, I'm not going anywhere today, but there's something about getting ready and just being in your house. It just makes you feel better. Also, if you're wondering about the head wraps that I use, I typically order from, I think it's, I don't know how to say her name, Casey's Corner Shop. I love her stuff. She uses material from thrift stores. So like she goes thrift shopping and then she like buys whatever she thinks would look cute as a head wrap. And so you should totally go check her out. But yeah, the majority of my head wraps are from her. And they're really cheap, like they're really affordable. So now that my primer has dried, I'm just gonna go in with some mascara. This is the first one I pulled out. This is one I'm gonna use. I don't honestly personally like this one, so I'm not gonna tell you to go buy it. It does what I need it to, so yeah, this is the final look for just hanging out around my house. going to a friend's house this evening, and so I'm just a little bit nervous simply because I don't do well in the control department. So I am wanting to go in it prepared, because going in it without a plan is planning to fail. So we are not planning to fail on day 2. I'm really hungry right now because my lean and green would be right now, and I'm gonna wait for my lean and green for supper time so that while everybody is eating, I will also be eating. So yeah, I think that should help with my like being tempted to eat or whatever. That is the goal. Going in it to succeed, y'all. Also, check out my ice cream. It's my mint soft serve. I put it in the freezer. I prepared it earlier, and here it is as like ice cream. So here is my third fueling. Definitely like ice cream. Oh yeah, it just melts in your mouth. Well, this day did not go as I expected. We are not going to our friend's house, which is totally fine. But Amalia, my oldest, has an ear infection, I think. I don't know, we're gonna go to the urgent care and get her treated, see what she needs. She's just holding her ear and crying, and she just threw up on me. And yeah, I feel so bad for her because I know she's in pain. She told me she was in pain. And so this is, this has been the last like hour and a half. It just escalated really quickly. And so, yeah, I will keep you guys posted. So far today is going great, except I need to go eat a fueling as of an hour ago. So wish me luck. So if you didn't know, I am not doing this challenge alone. This 30-day March challenge is also in our community, and I'm just doing it as my own personal journey, inviting others to join me as well. So what this looks like in our community is every single day you're given a challenge, you're given a task to process. Today we had to read in our Habits of Health book, and we also had to listen to a video that they provide, and it was just so good. Like, it just got me thinking, because today was on healthy motion and physical activity. So often we think about being physical and exercise as like, oh, well, I can't do too much. I don't do sports, or I don't do walking, I don't do running, I don't do, but it's like, we don't think about the things like standing up, posture, going upstairs, going downstairs. We don't think about dancing and walking. Things like that we don't often think about. At least I didn't. I'm definitely the one to be like, oh, I just don't do working out, I don't do exercise. It's more than that. You can do physical activity even in your home, chasing after your children, walking after your children. As long as you're not sitting on the couch eating all day, you can do healthy motion. You know what I mean? It's so important that we implement that, and just know that it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just simply moving your body is exercise. And I feel like so often we like to paint a picture of like, oh no, you have to lift weights, and you need a yoga mat, and you need to blah blah blah. Like, you don't need to follow an instructor. All you gotta do is get up, move your legs, stand up, don't sit down. You know what I mean? Like, if you even set a timer on your phone every hour, say you're up 5 minutes or up doing something every 5 minutes. I don't know how that works, but there are so many things that you could do to get yourself moving in a healthy way. And so that is a challenge for me, because today I feel like I was all over the place, all over my house. And to me, that is healthy motion. I'm walking, I am not sitting all day. I'm actually moving my legs, I'm moving my arms, I'm lifting up my kids, I'm going up and down stairs, I'm carrying a baby to and fro. And so yeah, don't overthink it. Let's get healthy. And yeah, I just want to invite you, if this is a journey that you've been thinking about joining, let me know. I would love to answer any questions you have. All my information is down below. But yeah, I'd love to get connected, because I feel like so many times we feel alone because, you know, we look at other people's journeys and it's like, oh, they're just farther along than me. It's okay. It doesn't matter. This journey is about you. This journey is about pushing yourself to greater limits and seeing your full potential and your strength and exercising your weakness. And so, yeah, I just encourage you to step out of your comfort zone. Let's talk, because there are some good things waiting for you. So apparently I have a lot to say because it is currently past my bedtime, but I'm processing a few things, and I just wanted to pick up my camera and just be honest and tell you guys what I'm thinking. Just thinking about today and giving a little more of myself to my kids because they're sick and, you know, I gotta take care of them, which I love. I'm all for taking care of my kids. It's not a sacrifice because I love them so much that I'm willing to do anything for them. But nobody really talks about how draining it is, you know, when more is required of you and they're at that stage where they're not really giving, which is fine. Like, I'm not giving to them in order to receive, you know what I mean? It really is draining sometimes as a mom, especially as I'm trying to take care of myself. And I often talked about before I started Optavia, how I neglected myself. And, you know, I didn't realize that till after I lost all this weight. Like, self-care wasn't as important to me because I didn't care about myself. Feeding myself, fueling my body wasn't even on the table. I would eat a whole bag of the Smart Food white cheddar popcorn bag, the family size, in like one sitting. I could eat 2 bags of Takis in one sitting as well. And like, things that aren't healthy for me, I always ran to. And I realized that I ran to those things because they comforted me in that moment. But now when I run to my old way of coping, it doesn't work. It doesn't satisfy me like I thought it used to. It's really hard. It's hard because I wish it did. I wish it helped me ignore my issues like it did before. But it seems like now when I eat off plan, or when I'm eating something, you know, when I'm coping like before, which is usually eating off plan, it reminds me of me letting myself down. And it does not feel good. And so then I fall into this cycle of like, oh man, I'm a failure. Instead of letting that fuel me, instead of letting that be my drive, like, no, I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna strive to put one foot forward. Instead, I wallow in that victim mentality and I stay there. I stay stuck. And I feel like this is why I'm doing this 30-day challenge, because I want to get out of this victim mentality. I want to get out of this rut. And I know I can't get out of it by myself. Otherwise, I would have been out by now and I wouldn't be doing this vlog. But I need accountability, and this is why I'm doing it, because this is me telling myself, girl, you need to get up. But don't do it by yourself. Let us help you. Everything that I'm tracking in my day is me showing up for myself, but also for you, and showing you that you can do it as well. So yeah, I wanted to share that because, again, today was just one of those overwhelming days where I just gave a little more of myself, and it was hard because I felt like I didn't have much for myself. But because I was doing this vlog, I was reminded that I do have strength. I am capable of so much more than I think I am. And I was able to push myself. And I don't know, I just wanted to share that with you guys before I went to bed, because I got to pick up this camera whenever I'm feeling something, even though it doesn't make sense sometimes, comes out like gibberish. But I hope it all made sense to you, and I hope it speaks to you as well. So I hope you guys have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow.